Welcome back, raccoons. I'm Mrs. Warchowski, and I'm here to talk accountability. Being accountable means being responsible. For those of you who, on occasion, may slip up on the rules, we have accountability measures in place, which I'm going to share with you now. Starting with attendance. We can't educate you if you're not here. We have a goal of 96.5 attendance. If there are 174 days of school, that means you need to be here 168 of those days. But I'm going to challenge you to be here 170. If you're going to be absent, make sure your parents call you in so the absence is excused. If a parent doesn't call you in, the absence becomes unexcused, which will result in a meeting with your associate principal, a parent phone call, and a lunch detention. If unexcused absences continue, there will be a parent meeting and you will become eligible for an attendance intervention group during Pride. If your attendance becomes habitual, truancy tickets are issued by the police department at the cost of $100. Finally, there is an SFAP or a truancy petition where you'll end up with a county social worker. Because by law, you are required to attend school. And hey, we want you here. All right, Smarties, let's talk tardies. A tardy occurs when you are not in class when the bell rings. The first and second tardies are verbal warnings. If the tardies continue, you are subject to a meeting with your associate principal, a parent phone call, and a lunch detention. If tardies become habitual, which is defined as 4 or more, you will receive a minute mentor. Next, you'll receive a chronic truancy petition. Extreme cases may result in loss of privileges, a parking pass, off-campus lunch, etc. Lunch detentions are served in the Little Theater and are monitored by an administrator each day. There is no longer any student parking at East Campus. Students who park there will be subject to a $75 fee, which will be added to your family access account. You must present your ID when entering East Campus and returning to main campus at the field house doors. Failure to do so the first time will be a verbal warning. The second time, you will receive a lunch detention and asked to go purchase a new ID. If the new ID isn't purchased by the end of the week, you will also receive a $10 fee on your Family Access account to purchase a new ID. All students have the right to learn in a healthy and safe environment. The possession, solicitation, distribution, and/or use of alcoholic beverages, controlled substances, or lookalikes by students, staff, and visitors in the building, on all school properties, or as part of school-sponsored activities is prohibited at all times. If a student breaks this rule, the first offense will result in a parent meeting with an administrator, an AODA assessment, a ticket, 8 sessions with a substance abuse counselor, and a 2-day suspension if you complete all the requirements, 5 days if you don't. The second offense will result in another parent meeting, another ticket, another assessment, 6 sessions of SFAP, 2-day suspension, and we will begin the pre-expulsion process. The third offense will result in a parent meeting, an assessment, a ticket, a 5-day suspension, and we will then begin the expulsion process. All tobacco and vape products are prohibited on school grounds and at school-sponsored activities. The first offense for a student who breaks this rule will result in a parent meeting, an AODA assessment, a ticket, and 4 sessions with a substance abuse counselor. The student will also go on the no-pass list. If all requirements are met, there will not be a suspension. The second offense will result in a parent meeting, a ticket, another 4 sessions of counseling, a 1-day in-school suspension, an additional day of suspension if requirements aren't met. The third offense will result in an administrative meeting, a ticket, required SFAP, 1 in-school suspension, and an additional in-school suspension if requirements aren't met. Any student athlete who violates any AODA or tobacco vape policies will have additional athletic consequences, which are handled by our athletic director, Mr. Flagner. Drugs, alcohol, tobacco, vaping aren't just bad for your physical health, they're bad for your social well-being and your education. Students who receive a discipline referral for AODA, aggressive behavior, harassment, bullying or fighting, or disruptive behavior will be assigned to a restricted lunch called the bullpen, which is in room 117. An email will be sent home to families notifying families of the rules. Students must show up by 11:05 and stay until 11:35. There's no talking, no cell phones, no music, no Chromebooks. Students should bring their lunch, but please remember it's a peanut and tree nut free room. An AODA offense results in 1 month in the bullpen. Aggressive behavior, harassment, bullying, or fighting will result in 2 weeks in the bullpen. Disruptive behavior will result in 1 week in the bullpen. 3 days will be added to the length of a student's discipline timeline for each day they miss. 1 day will be added to the length of the student's discipline timeline for each day they arrive late. If students would prefer to attend Raccoon study hours in the evening rather than the bullpen during lunch, they should see their associate principal for details. Raccoon study hours occur twice a week from 7 to 8:30 at East Campus. We put these accountability measures in place to ensure every student is learning in a safe environment because we believe in the power of education. But more importantly, Raccoons, we believe in you.